That was so bad. Oh, I think I need a new PC. That was so laggy. I was looking at my CPU usage and it was at 50. And I think it's because there's like multiple video files playing on that last scene. And then it has to play a new file, which is the my intro. And then it has to switch to my camera. Wow. Yeah. So, hi. How's your weekend? The stream is starting out fine and laggy, but thank you so much for being here. I see a couple of people already in the live chat. Thank you so much for being here. We got Matt from the UK, Alvin from Malaysia, Sammy from Somalia, David from New York, not city, and Scott from New York City. Awesome. Matt says you can set up Boot Camp on MacBook. I'm not that techie. I've heard of Boot Camp and probably that'll work, but what I'm trying to do is have Webflow on my MacBook, and then that's all the MacBook is doing, but it's feeding video to the PC using an Elgato HD S60 Plus. And so that way the PC is doing its streaming and then the MacBook is doing the Webflow, so it shares the processing. But it shows, but as you can tell, my PC probably needs either a tune-up or I just need a new one. It's been a while since I used it. But in any other case, more people. Tio from Romania, Steven, Barbados, Kevin, Montreal, Chechia, David, Federico, WhatsApp. WhatsApp? Or what's up? Is the U next to the... No. Hello from Florida. Eli's back. 20G is back. Colleen is back. Colleen is one of our awesome moderators in this chat. Thank you so much. She's keeping track of all the questions that I may have missed, and she'll bring it back to me towards the end of the stream. Nate, what's good? Everything is good. We're here together, geeking out about no code and Webflow and stuff like that. Hello from Miami. So I hope you're all staying home, staying safe, and staying healthy. Still washing those hands, and we're all gonna get through this and all the cliched stuff that you've heard from many different YouTube channels and all the other Instagrams and social medias and whatnot. But we're here to build stuff because building is fun. Building helps us get away from the noise, and learning how to build new things keeps us sharp. Joe from Utah, welcome. All right, so what are we doing this stream? We are going to create a custom tab inside of Webflow. So in Webflow you have a tabs component, and not a lot of people know this, but you can assign or add Webflow interactions to the tabs component. All right, and I'll show you how to do this. And this is more for the beginners of Webflow, so you can see that Webflow is like a rabbit hole of fun features. You drag in a tab component, and you're like, oh, okay, cool, I can add tabs. Awesome, all without coding. But did you know you can add interactions? Did you know that you can add custom code to it? So it just keeps going and going. But how I want to do these streams, and as you can tell from last week, how I want to do it is where I have a couple of intro topics, things that have been going on through my mind for the past week, and then we get into the tutorial, and then after that, if there's time, I get into your questions. Or if you want to show off what you're doing inside of Webflow, would love to see your links, would love to see what you're doing inside of Webflow, and I can give a live critique. Sounds good? All right, let's go here. Okay, please work. Could have pressed the button. Hey, it worked. Sweet. All right, if you've been working on Webflow in the past week and you notice you're trying to add a YouTube video, Vimeo, or something like that using the video element or the YouTube element inside of Webflow, And then next thing you know, you put in the link and it says the link is invalid. This is not a real video link. You might be thinking, yeah, it is. Let me go check it again. It works. Let me check it in incognito. It works. So how come I put the link inside of Webflow and then it doesn't work? Well, this is why. Since the beginning of the video element, I think, 2014, I think? I don't know, when did they add it? It's really old. 2014. I know it's before the Webflow collections and CMS was added. Webflow uses this API called embedly, so it's embed.ly. And since yesterday at 3:40 Eastern Daylight Time, they've been having some issues. And what happens in the background of Webflow is when you drag in a video element, you're actually connecting to this API. So when you post that video link into the input field of that video element inside of Webflow, it's sending a signal to Embedly to say, hey, is this a real video link? And then Embedly is supposed to say, yes, it is. And then it comes back to us and says, thank you so much. Help us put the code, the embed code in for this user. And Embedly's like, sure, why not? And then it puts in the code. So when you put in the link now, it sends a signal to Embedly and it's like, hello? Hello? And then Embedly's like, not doing anything. And so Webflow's like, assumes, all right, because Embedly said nothing, I'm gonna say it's not real. So yeah. So that's what's happening. And this element hasn't been something we've updated in a long time because Embedly has been doing a great job since, what's that, 6 years? So, this is why it's happening, but there is a workaround, okay? You still can put videos. You just have to use the Webflow embed component, okay? So when you drag the embed component, you'll have a space to add custom code. And just get the custom embed code from Vimeo or YouTube, whatever you're using, and paste that in there, and you'll still be able to do your work, okay? So there's that workaround. Let's see here. Joseph, thank you for answering my question up front. Yes, yeah, there's a ton. I was just copying and pasting as fast as I can to all these people who submitted a trouble ticket over at the Webflow support, and I'm like, I'm sorry, you just pay attention to this status. But like, here's this workaround. So everything I just told you right now is what I basically put in a smaller message inside of those copy-pasted support tickets. And there's a lot. And there's a lot of them. And they're still coming in. Then, I just before the stream, I randomly checked the support ticket box, and I saw this. And of course, I removed the name of the person who sent this in. And it got me kind of sad. Because I'm like, I wish I can just have a magic wand and say, Embedly, please work again. And then, poof, it works. But that's not how software works. Software breaks. This happens. So this message is still not, this is after I sent the message saying, hey, Embedly's down, here's the workaround. And here's how to do the workaround. I get this message, it's still not working. I can appreciate this is an issue with another service, but to me, it's an issue with Webflow. I didn't choose to use Embedly. The main purpose of my site is to publish weekly video tutorials. So this is super frustrating and seriously makes me question if choosing to move from WordPress to Webflow was the right thing to do. Any estimate when this will be resolved? To answer the second question, to answer the question at the end, again, I wish I can wave a magic wand. I don't know. But the first part, that passive aggressiveness, I'm like, we give a workaround, it can still work. But to say, I didn't choose to use Embedly. Yes, but if YouTube goes down or whatever video service you're using, is it still Webflow's fault? And then I don't know. And then it's like life, Uh, humans didn't, we didn't choose to breathe air, but, makes us question if we should have evolved from, from, from the water and moving on to land. Makes us question if that was the right move to do because, you know, the, the air could go away one day or something like that, or it's hard to breathe and maybe it's easier to breathe on the water. I don't know. But that just we everything in the universe is reliant on everything else in the universe. You got and yeah. Okay, I'm done with that. Don't overanalyze, Nelson. Not worth your time. I know, but that's this is my stream. I want my soapbox just for a little bit. But I care for that person. I want to tell that person it will be fixed now, but it's not. And I'm just like everyone else. I'm waiting, and I feel bad for everyone who is a freelancer who's, especially in this trying time of I need to make sure my clients are happy, and my clients is a church service, and their next service is tomorrow, and I need to get a video up. Anyways, okay, I'm done with that topic. Next topic, something happier. Two cool features. Scheduled publishing is now in beta, so you can just easily schedule your blog posts. This has been a thing that a lot of community members have been asking for a long time. I think when the CMS first launched, that's when people were like, okay, cool, we're scheduled publishing because you can already do this in WordPress. And I remember I had a freelance client who was like, oh, okay, I'm interested in Webflow. And I'm like, yeah. And then immediately the client was like, can we do scheduled publishing? I'm like, no. And then she was like, no, we're not going to use Webflow then. So see ya. I'm like, oh. But it's here. So yay. And the second thing is digital goods. Step 1, version 1. So what digital goods is, if you are trying to sell, like, say you're a marketer and you're trying to sell a PDF or you're some sort of education or some sort of video, MP4 or something like that to teach people something, or like a digital ticket. So what you can do is go to your e-commerce, go to products, and go to products, and then go to any of one of your products, and right there, downloads. Include download, yes. File name, something. But now, you might be thinking, wait, file URL, why can't I just upload to Webflow? So again, this is digital downloads version 1, meaning you can't upload a file. Because files, PDFs can be huge, okay? They can be, I don't know, gig, depending on how many pages, how high quality your images are in there. Webflow can't host it, at this point. So you have to host it on like a Dropbox or a Google Drive or something like that. And what Webflow will do is send your customer, the person who purchased the digital download, it'll send them a unique link, and then that unique link will go to that URL so that person can download the thing. Cool. So that's like version 1 of downloads, and of course later Webflow wants to give the option to let you host the files here, because it'll be so much easier rather than copy and pasting a URL. But like, I can imagine that's going to happen. But, when you're now letting people upload crazy amounts of files and big files and whatnot. I mean, a video course, one video could be like 5 gigs or something. You know, if like say you want to do something like a Pawn 5, you want to sell MP3s or MP4s for looping videos or stock photography or something like that. Like, you know, that would be cool. But this is the beginning. I just blew my mind right now. In the future, you'll be able to make your own stock photography, stock video e-commerce store inside of Webflow without coding. Whoa. 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 Whoa, that's going to be huge. Okay. Okay. Also, you may not have noticed this, but if you have been playing around with Webflow and you have an e-commerce store and then you went to one of your products, like a product card, and then you added an add to cart button, you may have noticed something. Can you see it? I'll wait for someone in the chat to see it. And while I'm waiting, let's see here. Been on both sides this many times for your cost. Any clever hack to create some kind of reservation system that will take in consideration? David, great question. For reservations, Calendly. Yeah, calendly.com. You can sell blocks of time or something. And so you can sell blocks of time and people can sign up for those blocks of time, and you can customize which. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff, and you can add this into Webflow. You can embed this in. And No Code Mentors is actually doing this. Yeah, nocodementors.com. So you can find a time with someone and then book a time, and like Calendly handles the payment transaction through Stripe. But yeah. Any news to sorting assets into folders? Soon? I don't know when. I don't have dates. When it comes to Webflow features, I don't have dates. Okay? Just letting y'all know that. And even if I had a date, I can't give a date. So, but yeah. So, let's move on to the last topic. Last intro topic. Rand Segal posted this, and I saw it in our company Slack, and I was like, oh, that's funny. So tell me, how much fun are you having with WordPress? Yeah. I haven't touched WordPress since 2003 and haven't looked back. But it gets me thinking about another topic that I see come up more and more. Now that the no-code hashtag, the no-code trend is starting to pick up steam, there's talks about, isn't WordPress the original no-code tool? And isn't it currently still the no-code tool? I would love to know your thoughts, chat. What do you think about that? And I know this is a very biased stream because I work for Webflow and I've been a fan of it. But, yeah, what are your thoughts? There has to be some people in here who still have WordPress clients or still use WordPress. And, yeah. Federico, any news about user accounts? No news. Again, any features, any news about features that aren't out yet, I cannot say, and I cannot give dates. So this is not the stream to ask those type of questions. All right. What's this? Oh yeah. tool. All right, no discussion. So my thoughts of hold on. Yeah, my thoughts on WordPress being no code. To some degree, when it comes to no code, to me, no code is when you can fully customize every little thing without a plugin. Okay, this customize your database, customize your CSS, customize your HTML, all without code, and you can just do it very visually. And I know there's things called Divi and Elementor, and to be honest, I haven't played with those. So, David, wouldn't WordPress be more like low code? Okay, I agree with that, Tio. WordPress being low code. David, well, maybe WordPress in combo with Elementor, but naked WordPress is definitely not a no code. Logan, what's going on? How you doing? No WordPress clients, but was able to convince a few interested in WordPress to go into Webflow. Nice. Alexander, I tried to learn WordPress for 5 years or something, but it is hard. Yeah. If you watched my stream last week or see some of my if you saw my last 2 YouTube videos where I'm comparing Zapier and Integromat, I feel like Integromat is like WordPress. Lots of power, but confusing. Zapier, no code, and it speaks to me as if I'm a human. So that's how I feel about it. WordPress is made to simplify devs' lives. Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's move on to today's tutorial. Let me see here. So Paul sent this in to my coffee page, and let me see if this works. It didn't work. Oh, it did. Haha. Okay. So Paul sent me this and said, "Hello, Nelson. I know that you like a challenge. I wonder if you can reproduce this slider in Webflow without code." And at first I thought, well, this is what he's talking about. There it goes. So this is what I'm talking about, or what he is talking about, and it's this. And at first I thought, oh wait, this is not a slider, it's tabs. But then right before the stream, I was like, oh wait, yeah, you should do it in a slider. But I'll show tabs first. So I'll show you how to create this as a tab using the tab component. And then if we have time, I'll recreate it as a slider. But the main point I want to show you is that with Webflow tabs, you can add an interaction. So this is the small little action, small little interaction that we'll do, okay? A little masking effect. And I haven't practiced this, so I'm just gonna go in it first try. That's what I like to do anyways. And let's see here. Someone already, Tio, you bought me a coffee. Thank you so much. Tio and, hold on. Who's this? Oh yeah, Tio and Colleen, thank you so much for the coffee. Let's get to it. And Kevin. Kevin, you rock. Alright, so let's do this. Inside of Webflow, recreating this. Actually, here, let me break this down. I see that we have 2 columns. 1, 2. So that's going to be easy. It's going to be a tab component. And so tab components gives you the tab menu and tab panel. So this will be my tab menu and my tab panel. And instead of having tab menu at the top and tab panel at the bottom, I'm going to put them side by side, probably using grid, not Flexbox. this part is going to be hard because you cannot put you cannot put extra elements inside of the tab menu row. But now my mind is thinking, if I use grid, this is gonna be hard. If I use grid, can I have a grid cell here? Can I have like a 2x2 grid, and this is row 1, column 1. This is row or column 2, and this spans 2 rows, and this is column 1, row 2. Is that possible? I don't know. We'll do this part last, because that's just flair. All right, let's go. Grainy, pixelated. What? Hold on. Stream quality just dropped. No! I don't see any drop frames. Connection is still excellent. Refresh the page. Refresh the YouTube page if it's not good. All right, let's go. Let me put in... Let's put in a div, and we'll call this container. Max width, 1100 pixels. Spacing centered. Cool. Let's just add some margin to the top, just for funsies. No, my computer's doing well. Sorry, everyone. All right. Now we have a container. Let's go ahead and put in tabs. We got tabs. Cool. And so what is tabs? Webflow tabs is a way to just have different content on top of each other, but they don't show up until you actually click on a tab. So it's doing a hide show. So right now we're hiding tab 2 and 3, but when we go to the different tabs, it'll show the different tab content based on the tab that you're selected on. All right, super simple. Webflow gives you an overall wrapper, the tabs overall wrapper, tabs. Then you have a row for your tabs menu, and in this tabs menu, you cannot add anything else inside of it. So if I try to put in text, Webflow's like, nope, only tab links. And it's like, duh. And if I try to put it right here, nope, only tab things can be inside of a tabs component. All right, so that's what's happening there. Tab pane, that's where you put your tab content inside. So let's go ahead and style this. So I want to try to do that. So again, it's 2 columns, and then we have some stuff. Okay, so let's take this tabs and make it 2 columns. Simple. Grid. Cool. And I noticed some things going on right here. So why is this... Usually when there's a blank space like that, I'm thinking it's because there's some sort of like float happening. Float and clear. There is none. Interesting. I guess you can't use grid with this. Huh. Let me try again. Let me force the float and clear the float to be none, none, and then try grid again. No, look at that. This goes here when I wanted it to be here. Not good. Okay, well, that's fine. I'm gonna go back to tabs, and we have to use flex. That's fine. Let's go ahead and make this tabs wrapper 100% width, just to make sure. Okay, and this tabs content, let's go ahead and grow it. So we want to expand it the whole way. And this tabs menu right here, since we're doing a vertical, we can set this to flex, vertical, and there we go. Let's give this a width of, I don't know, 300? That seems about right. And let's go ahead and also add some margin on the side. Let's say 42. Cool. So we're almost there. See, we have this. Actually, there's a lot of space. Okay. Oof. No. We'll just do that. Cool. All right. Now that we have that, let's go ahead and name our stuff. So we have 01, enjoy vitality. So we have a number and a name. So let's go ahead. Can I add another text block inside of here? Yes, I can. I like that. Okay, cool. So this will be our number. So 01. And I'm going to give a class name of tab number. And this one right here, we're going to call it tab label. And let's just do the same thing. So this is going to be... Actually, can I delete these two? I want to delete the... Sweet. So instead of having to do the same thing over and over, I can just copy and paste it. There we go. So this is 2. And this is... We're just going to do 3. And the photos I'm using, I already uploaded it just to celebrate the upcoming, was it May 27th? I think, or somewhere around there. Last week of May. The Crew Dragon, first time with actual astronauts inside of it, is going to launch from Cape Canaveral. So that's interesting. So let's see here. Let's put Bob and Doug, and then the next image I'm gonna put Crew Dragon UI and Crew Dragon in space. Cool. All right, so we have those things, and we want to make sure that they're on the same line. So what we can do is we can do either two things. We can do one, set each tab link to be flex so they're on the same line, or set the tab number and the tab label to be display inline. Either way, you want to get them into one row. The reason why they're in two different rows is because this tab number and this tab label, they have display block, which means, as it says right there, block elements take up the whole width, so it gets its own row. So let's try the first way. Display layout, right there, flex. Now, FYI, if you're playing with tabs and you style the first component, the first tab button, it's going to do this. It says current. That means this is the style you're setting for the element that's currently selected. I would strongly advise not to do that. Instead, I did a undo, Command Z. Instead, go to one of your unselected tabs and give it a class name like tab link, and then set that to whatever style you want. Okay, so that way it doesn't have the current. Okay, so we're styling this one first, and then we're going to apply this same selector to the other ones. All right, so those are flex, and I want to make sure that they're aligned vertically with themselves. And then tab number, let's make that a little bit smaller. Actually, no, we'll make the... Let's see here. Okay, let's change the font. Arial's old school. I'm going to change the font by going back all the way to body and setting the font to that one, Montserrat. Cool. And I'm going to click back. Now we're back on tab number, and let's set this to semi-bold. Semi. And then tab label, let's move that away from the number. There we go. Let's do 16. And this one, we're going to make it a little bit bigger. Nice. And we'll go ahead and set that. Wait, that's okay, cool. That's thin. So let's make this thin. Yeah, we'll make it light. We'll make it bigger. All right. And I like to use dashes for my line height. So like 1.3 dash. There we go. It's a trick that I learned from Ryan, our lead brand designer over at Webflow. All right. And this tab link, little squished. So let's make it less squished. Yay! And we don't need a background. So let's set it to transparent. And there we go. Now let's see here. What else? Okay, so the text actually is gray. It's like light. So what I'm going to do is... Ooh, we need to add an interaction to this. The reason why is because I want to set this tab label to have opacity of like 50%. But if I do opacity 50% on the tab link itself, both the number and the tab label go away. So I don't want that. I only just want Crew Dragon. So here we go. We're already going into interactions. So tab link, I'm going to set an element trigger, mouse hover, start a new action, start animation, create a new timed animation, and here we go. Tab link hover in, and now we've set the trigger. The trigger is this tab link when I hover in on it. Now I have to click on the element that I want to affect. So I'm going to click on tab label, press plus, set the opacity to 50. And there we go. And let's go ahead and set this as initial state. So when the page first loads, it's going to be... you see that? Okay, there we go. It's going to be 50%. But when I hover in, so I'm going to add the ending state. Nope, not filter. Opacity 100. I'm going to set the easing to just ease. And it's going to take half a second. And there we go. Okay. Wait, this one has to be initial state. There we go. Okay, now we just need to do the opposite. On hover out, start animation. And I can just duplicate this and say hover out. Delete that last part where it sends the opacity to 100. So I'm going to delete that. I'm going to set this to not the initial state because this is for hover out. The hover in already has the initial state. The hover out doesn't need it. I'm going to set this to 50 and the easing to be ease, duration, half a second. So if I preview, there we go. So with interactions, you can trigger and affect certain elements that are within certain elements rather than the CSS way where it affects that element and everything inside of it. Okay? So cool. So that one's done. And now I can just go to each tab right here and give it the same class name. Tab link. Tab link. And there we go. And look at this one. This one has current. So we have to make sure now we're setting the current state. All right. The current design. So I'm going to, you may be confused when you get to this part and you're like, wait, it has a background color, but then I go here and it says transparent. Why isn't it transparent? Well, you have to override it. Okay, so if I go like this, there we go. If I click on transparent, there we go. Now it's set. Okay, let's see here. If I click on it, okay, so the only thing that's clicked, interesting. How do I make the opacity of this tab label on current 100%? I think it would have to be interaction on click. Oh, okay. Here we go. Another interaction, but now more specifically for tabs. Let me see if this will work. Not sure. Oof, sorry, I'm bouncing back and forth. But let's finish this up. Notice how this one has an interaction, but the other tab links don't? It doesn't have that interaction. So if I hover over this, That's the only one doing that opacity 50 to 100. Um, you can go to the interaction, mouse hover, and right here, trigger settings. So any element that has the same class name of tab link, apply an interaction. So now you see there's three lightning bolts. And hold on, Eli might have a better solution to this. Eli, you can set the font color to the tab link to 333 with opacity 50%, and when hovering on the tab link, maybe that's the easier way, Eli. But wouldn't... Oh, yeah, maybe Eli's way is better. Let me try that. Thank you, Eli. So hold on, let me remove this. But still, you can keep that knowledge. But let me see. Let me see here. He's saying that tab links color will be 50%. Font color is going to be 50%, but this tab number will always be 100%. Oh, that was so much easier. Thank you, Eli. I'm learning. And then on tab link hover, you can set this to 100. Yeah, God, so much easier. What? Thank you, Eli. And then back on none, back on the none state, the transitions could be font color 200 milliseconds, and we're done. That was so much easier. Thank you, Eli. So this makes this part easier. For current, just make sure that the font color is 100, and we're done. Okay, you win, Eli. I made it too complicated. Okay, so when I do a stream clip, I'm gonna make sure to remove all the stuff that I talked about. Yay! Okay, so that part's done. Thanks to Eli. Now, let's go ahead and put our images. So let me see how they did it. Okay, so they have image inside of there, some content, and then a number that we have to rotate. So let's go ahead and do that. The tab pane, let's go ahead and just add some padding. 42 on all sides. Give it a background color. Cool. Something like that. And let's make it a little bit cooler. Like a border at the top. Wait. SpaceX blue. Ugh, never mind. I'm just playing around right now real quick. Okay. Just something to add. Alright. So Bob and Doug. Godspeed. Wait. No. There. Right hand. Yes. Add some text. Bob and Doug. And I tweeted this out a while ago. Can someone please make a onesie of this suit? A pajama onesie? I will buy it in a heartbeat. Alright, so I'm going to call this Tab Pane instead of Tab Pane 1. Because I'm going to set the same class to all of them. I'm going to center this. Make the text bigger. 1.3 dash. And tab pane image, because I want to push this image down or give it some margin. There we go. Cool. Oh, one more thing. These need to be like vertically aligned, so let me make sure to go to tabs and vertically align them. There we go. And now what I can do is I can just copy and paste this into each pane and then give each pane the same class name. Sweet. And then for replace this image with the last one and call this ring of the crew dragon floating in space. Cool. And then go to tab 2, and this one will be training with the crew dragon UI. Also, I want that helmet. Oh my god. One day, if I ever get that helmet, I will wear it for a stream and pretend like it's just another day. John, welcome to the stream, John. Thank you so much for the coffee. Yay. No, you're not late, Marine from Texas, who is in Florida. Welcome back. All right, so doing tabs. All right, so we're back here. Okay, so we have our tabs set up. Pretty cool. With the tabs, there's extra settings you can do. So right now, the tabs do a complete fade in or a fade in and fade out. Okay, and you can see right here, fade in and fade out, and how long it takes. Okay, so if I preview, fade in, fade out, fade in, fade out. I mean, fade out, fade in, fade out, fade in. Okay. But what if I just want to flip them? So if you look here, they don't do the fade, they just flip. So you can just set the fade timing to be 0. Boom, both 0. And there we go. We've removed that crossfade. Cool. All right, now let's add that number. Let's go ahead and add that number to the top left. So I'm gonna go to my tab pane. We'll put a text block right here. 01. And now let's give this a class name of, I don't know, slide number. Or no, pane number. Yeah, this isn't a slider. Now, because this tab pane, by default, Webflow sets it by default, sets the position as relative, I can set elements within it to be absolute. And so when I set this to absolute, it will target the tab pane, and it says body. Let me go here and force it. Okay, now it says tab pane. All right, so you have to force it, but actually it already did it, but Webflow's UI. Okay, it's pointing to tab pane. I want to go to the top left, so we use this right here. Push it down a bit. Let's push it in the corner. Uh-oh, there's some masking issues. Oof. All right, well, let's see if I can mess with it. I'm thinking, so my first thought is, do I set the overflow to visible? Will that break anything? Oh, it didn't. Okay, sweet. So what I did was this tab's content right here, it by default has overflow hidden. This means that if I move anything outside of it, so let me make this bigger. Make this bold. And so if I move this, let's set the Z index on top, there we go. If I move this outside, I can't see it. However, if I go to tabs content, which has the overflow hidden, and set it to visible, now I can. So now I can do that overlapping stuff. All right, so last thing. So what I did was set it to position absolute, put it to the top left, and then play around with the position. And then Z-index, I set it to 1, so that way I want to make sure that it's on top of everything. Because all the other Z-indexes by default are 0. And now I'm going to go here to transforms and set the rotate. And on the Z, I can play around with it. And there we go. So I'm going to set this to -90. And that's something like that, right? Yeah. Let's make it bigger. Yeah, that's cool. Should I set this to 1? Cool. Moving this around. And let's push this down a bit. Ooh, how that lines up? I don't think that'll happen all the time. Let's make it pixel perfect. Right there. So 46. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Okay. And let's move this away. There we go. There we go. Cool. So we have that. And let's just copy and paste this into each tab pane. And this one will be number 2. This one will be number 3. Nice. Let's take a look. Cool. Simple. Here you go. Tab pane. After that, now we need to do this little masking effect. So again, a lot of people don't know, but you can do interactions with tabs. So let's go and do that. Tab pane or T pane. I'm just trying to be funny. Oh, God. Here we go. So I'm going to click on tab pane and then interactions. And if I press plus, I should be able to click tab change. Select a tab element to choose. This is a tab element. Let me see here. Tabs content. What? Okay. Tab link. Okay. I gotta tell this to the Webflow team, but in order to see this trigger, in order to enable that trigger, it shouldn't say you need to click on a tab element. It shouldn't say that. It should say select a tab link in order to use this trigger. So that's what it is. So I'm gonna click on tab link, press plus, and then tab change. Okay, and as you notice, you can also add interactions to when a drop down component opens, or when a navbar opens, or when a slider changes slides. So this one's tab change. All right. 01 seems to be placed differently. Okay, so tab in view. So when tab 1 is in view, what should I do? So I'm going to start animation. Okay, I don't think I set this up correctly. No, I didn't. Because I need some sort of masking effect. Hold on, I'm thinking. This is probably within another div that grows. Okay. Yeah. Let me set this up. So we have our tab panes, but we need to wrap this in another div because it needs to have some sort of masking effect. All right. So the masking is basically overflow hidden. So I'm going to bring in a div block. And I'm going to call this Tab Pane Number Wrapper. This is going to be position absolute to the top left. And let's, from the top, it'll be 62 pixels. And it'll also be like somewhere around here. -5%. I'm going to give the width and height an exact pixel number. Let's say 62, and the height will be 70. Let's move this up. Maybe 80. Okay, there we go. And for this pane number, I'm going to bring it inside of the Tab Pane wrapper and set this and remove my position absolute. So now it's inside of here. Now, why did I do that? It's because when I do overflow hidden, watch what happens when I set the width to something smaller. See the number? It cuts off. It's like we're cropping it. But there's also a problem I see. See how the number is moving? To fix that, I'm guessing the pane number also has to be position absolute and set to the top left of the wrapper. Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay, cool. So that's what I want. I want the Tab Pane to do this thing. Okay. Oof, yeah, okay, so the Tab Pane is going to do this. But what I'm thinking is it's not really going to work because watch when I go off of it. It does this effect, but then it does this. Oof, this got more tricky. Oh, man. Because we can go one way. Like, I can go from 0 to 80, and it'll do that. But how do I get that other side, the left side, over to the right? Do I move it? No. I can't move on the transform, because if I move, both of them moves. Can I... No. No! Do I have to do 2 wrappers in one? Maybe. Hold on. Wow. I'm gonna, like, not talk for a second and see if this works. And if it does work, then I'm gonna tell you what I think I figured out. I don't know. Jeez. Okay. No, I want it like that, but I want 100%. Oh, okay. Oh, no. I don't want to... this one is going to this. So this one, simple. But then this pane... Yeah, 2 masks? That's what I'm thinking, Matt. But I don't want that to move. Just stay there. Oh, man. I feel like Bob and Doug are laughing at me right now. They're like, ha, he can't figure it out. Look at him. Struggle. Why? It would be completely hacky. No, it would be completely hacky if I moved this at the same time this is moving as well. So it kind of sticks. So they're kind of like going like this. That just seems bad though. Pad no pane number absolute. Yeah, it's already set to absolute. Um. Oh. Maybe I can figure it out off stream. Figure it out off stream. Man, one day I'll figure it out. But for now, we're just gonna do this one. Just gonna eat at me all weekend. All right, so back at it. I'm probably gonna start the clip again here, but tab link, element trigger. We've added a tab change, and so we're gonna create an animation, a new one. So plus, and we're gonna call it tab change in view. You can name it whatever you want. And we're going to select tab pane number wrapper, press plus, and the size is going to be the initial state. The width is going to be 0 pixels, so 0px. And then the end state is going to be 80. We'll set this to ease, preview, and that's what we want. We can play with probably like in out cubic. Feel like it did nothing. Seems the same. Whatever. Okay, so that's what we want. And done. And so when I tab out of view, when we tab out of view, I'm gonna start animation and plus tab change out of view. This pane is gonna go back to 0 pixels. And the duration is gonna be 0 because we're flipping the tab immediately, so we're not gonna see any animation happen. So we can just set it back to 0. Okay, I'm gonna press done. And this tab change thing is gonna happen to all the tab links. So now each of them have that lightning bolt. And if I press preview, it doesn't work because I need the tab pane wrapper, number wrapper on all 3 of them. Tab pane number wrapper, put you in there. Div tab pane, nope. Tab pane number wrapper, put you in there. Let's just double check. So you're ooh. I guess these need to be taller. And the pane, not 0%. Pane numbers need to be out by like, there we go, 18. Let's check this. Check this. Okay, cool. Now we see them. Huh. Let's check our interaction. Oh, there's my problem. So what's happening is I'm affecting all elements with this same class. It shouldn't be that. It should be only... Oof. Yeah, it's not even a child. So I have to set combo classes to each of these number wrappers. Because what's happening is this interaction is happening to all of them. So I have to give them combo classes. So this one is number 1. This one, give it a combo class with number 2. This one is number 3. And of course, if you have questions or you're getting confused, I want to help you out. Let me know. If I've confused you already, I am sorry. All right. So this one right here should be tab number wrapper 1. Done. And I'm going to set this just to element because we have to do this 3 times. This is not a fun way to do it. But let's just see if it works. Yeah, you have to do it 3 times or as many tabs as you have off. That's not cool. Alright, well, we'll do it. Mouse on tab change. Start animation, and this is in view. Oof. I mean, it's not hard to do, but it's like, I guess. Alright, we're done with the second one. Go to the third. Tab change. Start animation. Duplicate the in view. Change the class name to be whatever number the combo class is. Duplicate. And change this to number 3. There we go. All right. We struggled together, but we got there. Now it looks like they're giving me a smile of approval. So thank you, Bob and Doug. But yeah. Tabs. You can add interactions. It's kind of difficult, but you can do it. So there you go. Setting combo classes makes them siblings. No, it doesn't make them siblings. Setting combo classes that way because this, let me collapse these. So this tab link is setting interaction to affect this, but where this is, it's not even a sibling. It's hardly related. It's a cousin. We can't type cousin in a class or something, or in JavaScript or something like that. I wish you could. Like, cousin of our dentist's sister's brother-in-law, third removed. I don't know. But you can't do that. So it's actually parent, and then the parent's sibling, and then that sibling, that sibling's child, and then right here. That child. So you have to go up 1 and then to the side and then down 1 and then down 1. So in order to do that, you have to give a combo class so it's easier because you don't have another way to, even with JavaScript, have a way to like traverse the navigator. Welcome, Roddy Tang. You're late. We'll watch from the start. All right, thank you. Let's see here. Hi there. Really cool content you have. You helped me a lot. Yay, I'm glad, Timon. Timon? Yeah, Timon. Okay. So, I'll let you all duplicate this. I'll set it as on my Webflow profile so you can clone it for free and just have at it. But, yeah. So, we have... on purpose, I made some time so I can take your questions. And also, if you need help with your Webflow project right now and you want to send in your preview link, go ahead and do so. Or if you have a published link and you want me to check it out, give you a review of it, this is your time. 45 minutes of live help or live critique. Let's go. And while I'm waiting, cool, transition worked. While I'm waiting, and thanks again to the people who sent coffee. You rock. That worked. Cool. Yeah, let's see. Let's see the questions. Ali, thanks for the great content. You're welcome. I'm working on a website and looking for a solution to deliver reports online. Is it possible to generate dynamic and password protected web pages using Webflow CMS to send as reports to my clients? No, not possible just with Webflow. Can you do it with Zapier or Integromat or Parabola? Maybe. That is a question. That is a scenario that I've never tried. But I know what you're trying to do. It's kind of like, Google Analytics. You want to download a report, but that report is password protected behind like a user login, Yeah, that's not possible inside of Webflow. But maybe someone over at MakerPad or No Code Mentors can help you out with that. Yeah. From Matthias. Thank you, Colleen, for bringing the questions back. Yeah. Hey, Pixel, I'm just starting out with Webflow. Yay! Do you have a list of videos of yours you can recommend I watch? If you're just starting out, I always say Webflow University videos. They are great. The Webflow education team has perfectly polished videos. Now, there's people who like to learn in different ways. Webflow University is a great way to skim the surface of every little thing Webflow has to offer. But the tutorials go really fast. There's also a couple of full courses for free on the Webflow University website that lets you, that goes step by step on how to build a portfolio site or build a business website. So there's that. But if you like reading, there's also on the Webflow University website, there's lots of documentation. Now, there's other YouTubers like Rand Segal, Charlie Marie, Mackenzie Child, myself, that have different ways of teaching. So if you want to follow my YouTube channel, I have a playlist of videos just for beginners, but it's very scattered based on the topic. I don't follow a course like the Webflow University. I just try to answer questions. I just try to answer questions as they come at me. Okay, so you'll find those videos on my YouTube channel, and hopefully that helps. Yeah. Let's see here. Matthias, I haven't really finished my website. Trying out my first project ever. Cool. Yeah, just launch. Just press publish. If it looks like crap, that's good, because you took the first step, and now you got to figure out how do you make it a little bit better? How do you make that a little bit better, and so forth. Yeah, just keep publishing. Keep publishing. Keep messing around Webflow. Keep asking questions. Pablo, what is the advantage of using tabs instead of just using grid and more flexibility over the animations? Tabs, it sets up your tabs faster. Instead of having to set up the JavaScript to do a hide and show or interactions of hide and show, Webflow already did that for you. Hold on, sneeze. Never mind, it went away. Okay. Let's see here. But yeah, you're welcome to create a tabs component from scratch if you want. You know, nothing's gonna stop you. And that's the cool thing about Webflow. You can use a pre-built component that Webflow lets you customize, or you can just build it all from scratch. Whichever way works for you. Adi saying, greetings from Romania. Hi. Really love the work that you do. Thank you so much. My question is, how do you optimize tabs for mobile? Ooh. I'm taking this one. Great question. Let's go. How does this look in mobile? So, desktop looks good. Tablet, not so much. So let's set this to, since we're using Flexbox, let's set this to vertical. All right. They approve. Let's go ahead and set this container going up. There we go. So we have this right here. If we go here, we're still good. We're still good. But what if you have a lot of stuff? Like, you know? And then you have this big, long menu. You have the big, long menu, and then when you click, if say this is like the contents down here. If I click and then the phone screen is like this tall, it's like, okay, click, but what's actually happening? So there's a trick that I learned. I forgot. I gotta find the tutorial, but I was like, oh yeah, huh? That's really cool. You can actually make this into a drop down with interactions. So let's go through it. Let's do it. Yes. Let's delete some of these real quick. Actually, let's just keep it those three. Good, good. Yeah, we'll start from this breakpoint. And tabs content. Let's. Cool. All right. And this tabs menu, we'll set that to auto, so it's a full width. I said full width. Oh, right here. Zero that out. Okay, cool. There we go. That's what I want. Padding 42. So it's the same. Yeah, that's what I want. Okay. So all my tab links. How did the person do it? Hold on, I'm thinking. Height 0. Aha! There we go. So we're basically doing like an accordion thing. Okay? So let me go here and add another thing. Let's add a button. Okay, and this button is going to go on top of tabs. And let's wrap this button in another div. So that way I can give this a padding of 42 as well. And then this button text is going to be display block, so it takes up the whole row. Open tabs menu. We'll set that right there. Right there. Just styling it real quick. Nope, that's not what I want. That's what I want. All right, so open tabs menu. We're gonna toggle tabs menu, okay? So this, when I click on this, we show tabs. We show tabs menu. When I click on this again, we hide the tabs menu, okay? But we can animate it, okay? So it looks like a drop-down menu, okay? So with this tabs menu, I've set the overflow to hidden. And let me double check something. And I'm gonna set this position to be absolute. And set the z-index on top. And let's go ahead and make the tabs link. Let's give them a background color because background color, yeah. So they're on top. As well as the current one, it needs a background color. There we go. Okay, so this Z index, it's 1 and it's competing with this one, so that's 1 as well. So I want to make this higher. Set it to 2, and there we go. All right, so we have this set up. What I did was the tab menu set to absolute. Z index is higher than everything else. The overflow is hidden. What's going to happen is before I click on the tabs menu, the height is going to be 0. But when I click on the tabs menu, it's going to animate to auto. It's going to animate to auto. So it's going to open up like this. All right? And when I click on tabs menu button again at the top, it's going to animate down to 0. So it's kind of like a drop-down menu, but it's actually a tabs menu. All right? So let's go ahead and do this. Keeping it as auto for now. Tabs link. Nope, that's not what I want. So this button right here. So this button, I'm going to click on interaction, mouse click. So on first click, start animation. I'm going to click on this and we'll call it mobile tab menu open. We're going to affect tabs menu. We're going to set the size as initial state right here and set the height to 0. Boom. All right. And for my ending state, I'm going to set the size to have ease out and set the height to auto. And there we go. Pretty cool. Now we just do the opposite. We set it back to 0. Done. And then on second click, start animation plus, actually, I should have duplicated. Hold on. Delete, duplicate, and call this tab menu close. Delete the end state and set this first state as not initial. Give it the ease in and set the height to 0. And there we go. But we're not done, because if I click on this, then that means that the user has to click on this just to see what they're going towards. Or I mean, what they've selected. So on these tab links, so if I click on a tab link, press plus and mouse click, I can go on first click, start animation, tab menu close. However, I only want this to happen on phone landscape and phone portrait. So I'm going to uncheck those. And there we go. So if I preview. Oh, I didn't set it to all. I did set it to all of them. What? Oh, no, I didn't. Just on the first one. Mouse click, set to class. There we go. And there we go. Now I'm noticing if I click on one of these, the tab menu, I have to click it twice just to open it. So I think that's something I got to figure out. But, I mean, we're halfway there. Ooh, and this shouldn't show up on desktop. So tabs, so this right here, set to display none. This one right here, that's fine. And this one, display block. Couple of things I got to figure out. Yeah. Great question. Thank you for the challenge. I need to figure that last part out. But yeah, there you go. And if you want to play with it, here's the link. Where's my chat? There you are. All right. I want to answer more questions. Woof, a lot. Here we go. $2 a.m. in Malaysia. Oh my God. You can just watch the recording. You don't have to stay up. Matthias. Oh no. Okay, so Adi, thank you for the challenge. Kevin, does Webflow have any containers components for WebGL? No, it does not. How can you change the main image of a product after you have added variants? I've only been successful changing the main image when there are no variants. How can you change the main image of a not sure. I don't think you can. I don't think you can. So what he's talking about is if there's variants. Okay. Or here, variants, and we'll just say size and small, medium, large. Each of the variant of each product. I'm thinking it's this right here. And then the more images, that's where you can add a collection list, and you can do that lightbox thing. Is it not this? Yeah, let me know. Yeah. All right. What kind of stack would you recommend for a recruiting company who needs to post jobs with different categories and be able to integrate with LinkedIn, etc.? Anshul, kind of stack. Webflow, Zapier, LinkedIn. I think that's and JetBoost, or the new free one. See, what was that from? Does anyone remember? The new FinSuite CMS library. CMS Webflow. No? Yeah, it's from FinSuite. There's a new CMS library. But yeah, that's what I would suggest. Let's see here. Because you can use JetBoost to do live filters and searches within the page for job posting. And there's probably a way. There's probably a way. I don't know. No, never mind. There's probably a way to pull data. I don't know if it's possible, but pull data from LinkedIn, send it to Zapier, and then send it to your Webflow collection. So, yeah. From Pablo, what is the advantage of using tabs instead of just using grid? Okay, I've already answered that. Hillary, welcome. Is there a way to bulk download transfer WordPress blog posts to a Webflow blog? Yes. Webflow does have a tutorial on how to export WordPress data as a CSV and then import that into Webflow. However, I'm going to tell you this now. However, you cannot pull in images or set categories. Okay, so if you have images within your blog post, what is actually happening in the background of WordPress is that the image is hosted somewhere else. The image is hosted on that other server. And so maybe, I don't know if maybe things have been upgraded, but maybe when you're importing your data into Webflow, maybe those images are also imported as well. Something to try. But let me see if I can find Webflow CSV import WordPress. Here you go. So hopefully this link that I posted in chat will help you out. Hillary? Also, what is the name of the Webflow tutorial guy? I'm such a fan. Twitter. Webflow. His name is McGuire. And you can follow him on Twitter. And I'll post his... There you go. And this is what he looks like. I mean, you all know what he looks like. That's Maguire right there. Yeah. And you see him in the videos. However, if you follow him, you won't get much out of it because he has posted 0 tweets. He's a man of mystery, but a very, very funny guy. His demeanor, his jokes, the way he speaks, the way he just interacts with people, that's really him. It's so funny. He's very quick, he's very funny, and you think it's just an act? No, that's him. And for the people, I've seen tweets, I've seen people who have said, that guy is just a hired actor. That's true. He's good at acting, but I don't think he's an actor. But he is hired, but he does know Webflow. He does make websites. He is a tech guy. So he's a rare specimen. He's a rare human being, and he's super awesome. I'm a fan of his too. And he actually started as a Webflow fan at first. He was posting on the Webflow forums. So that it's a really fun story. And he actually, he was one of those people in the live chat of the old Webflow live streams that I used to do. And he was in there too. But yeah, very cool guy. Maguire. Let's see here. Okay, let's see here. Thank you, Colleen. FinSuite. CMS Docs. How to. Yes. Let me scroll up. There we go. Will you repost this stream, or do you have to wait for the stream clip? Yes, I will repost this stream. I mean, I'll leave this one up. Let's see here. Kevin, I'll let Pixel Geek answer in more detail, but I've done it personally. Did you have to do some extra work with images and with some things that I set to be multi-reference on? Not sure what you mean, Kevin. Hold on. Oh, yeah. You're talking about importing from WordPress. Yeah. It's not a clear-cut import. Basically, Webflow... The reason why it's not clear-cut is because Webflow has a very unique database or collection way to create databases. And because it's so unique, you can't just bring data from one place to another. But maybe in the future, someone will create a plugin or something like that. That'll just be like, easy, done. Because it can be done with Integromat. It can be done... Actually, it can be done with Parabola. Because I've had to import data in such a weird format. Like, I had to import data from a Typeform. So Typeform sent it to Google Sheets, and then I had to pull in Google Sheets that also had multi-reference and single reference fields that had to go into Webflow. And, yeah, I'll make a Parabola tutorial. Hillary, if it's okay, can you send me the CSV of the blog posts? And maybe I'll use that for one of my tutorials? So 2 birds, 1 stone. I help you out, and I also make a tutorial video. Because there's probably a way to do that with Parabola. Because I still want to make a Parabola tutorial. So if you can DM me, Hillary, on Twitter, let's talk, and I'll help you out and also make a tutorial video for Parabola. Because there is a way. Yeah. Let's see here. Another tabs question from Fonchi. I'm late, but can I use tabs with CMS? Yeah, in a way. So, let's see here. Let me look. What do I got here? Okay, real quick. Let me create a categories collection. Okay, blog cats. Meow. And let's make 5 dummy items real quick. Cool. And then we have blog posts. Create. We'll add 10 of them. Meow. Oh, wait, no. I need to add a single reference to the category. So add field, not option, cat. To blog cats, save field, save collection, add 10 dummy items. There we go. Cool. Let me create a new page. Create container tabs. And so this is the only way to do it. Each tab pane will have a collection list with a different filter. And so tab 1, we have to go like this and say this is pulling from blog posts, and go here to collection list wrapper and say where filter equals cat, and then we pick whichever category. And so we would have to manually write the category 1, whatever name it is, and then we go to tab pane 2 and copy and paste that same collection list wrapper, and this one we change the filter to equal the second one. And so you'd have to go that route for each of your tabs. So there's limitations to this because you can only have 100 collection items showing at any given time. If you have over 100, then you can use the paginate. Also, you can only have up to 20 collection lists per page. So if you have more than 20 categories, this will not work. Okay? Another way to do this, again, is either using the CMS how-to library that FinSuite created or jetboost.io. All right? Good question. Will you post? Yeah, I will. Does Webflow have any content? No, I already did said that. Kind of stack, multi-part. Okay. Oh, I think I caught up. How can you make dynamic product swatches for e-commerce products, or more simply have product options as buttons or other elements? The current default is a drop-down. Oh, yeah. There's a hacky way to do it, and I haven't figured it out yet, but what TB is asking is if you have an e-commerce page, say you're selling a shirt, and then you have different color shirts. You have different color shirts. If you want to show the colors show up as words in a drop-down list. What would be nice is if you can just click on a color icon, and then the item actually shows that when you click on it, the variant switches to whatever that product variant is, which is whatever that color is. So you can't do like colored buttons or something. It's all in a drop down. So there's a way to do it. It's with JavaScript or jQuery. But I'll have to tackle that one in another stream or in another tutorial video. But yeah, there is a way. But it's kind of hacky for now. HD web design. Yay, welcome back. Let's see here. I lost there it is. I build a mobile menu. The div block contains several link blocks. Now when I click on the menu disappears. When I click again, the menu disappears. Everything's fine, but the space that holds the links and now invisible blocks my mouse. It behaves if it's still there. Can you share your link? Matthias, how often do you stream? Every Saturday at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Pacific time. And do you know of more people who stream Webflow content? Sometimes Rand does. Sometimes Mackenzie. But if anyone else wants to stream Webflow content, please do so. Who else? My boss Ben sometimes when he has time. Yeah, if you want to start a stream, do it. I know this one person, rocks. That's his YouTube name. I found him streaming Webflow, building something in Webflow on Twitch, because I randomly search for web development. I randomly search for Webflow on Twitch. Hardly anyone's doing HTML, CSS, or even Webflow. And so when I saw him use Webflow, I was like, ooh, let me follow him. But yeah, we need more people streaming. Ranjan. Hey, Nelson. Hi, Ranjan. Welcome back. Pablo, is there a way to use a P5 sound library in Webflow? What is a P5 sound library? Oh, it's a JavaScript. So, P5 sound extends P5 web audio, including... I mean, if it's JavaScript, maybe. Try it. You can add custom coding to Webflow, but you can only add up to 10,000 characters per head tag and body tag, or in each of the embed components. But yeah, try it. If you need if you have more than 10,000 characters, or you have like an external JavaScript file, you might want to host that somewhere else and then pull that into your Webflow project as a call. He's got a very dry sense of humor. Yes, he does. Mm-hmm. Who this? Someone just bought me coffee. Thank you so much, whoever bought me coffee just recently. Let me see here. Let me see if I can get the person's name and say thank you. Nope, just put someone. Yeah, this one I'm looking at right here. Someone bought coffee. So I don't know who that someone is. Tio, thank you so much. Kevin, John, and someone. Probably a great idea. Matthew, great stream. How would one go about making a custom password protected page that is being exported to another host? I don't know, Matthew. When you're exporting outside of Webflow, it depends on the environment. I haven't done that type of stuff in a long time. I think last time I tried to do password protected stuff was when active server pages was the thing, and you would use Microsoft. What was their database thing named? Microsoft Access. Yeah, those are the old days. So I wouldn't know. Question, can you import images from a CSV into a collection list? The image column has the image source URL. Yes, you can. As long as the image is coming in as a URL and it's going into an image collection field inside Webflow, you can. From Timon, I own a SaaS business and need to create many complicated user forms. I thought of shifting those forms to Webflow and connect it to my API. Is this seamless possible? Yeah, you can do it with Zapier, but if you have super complicated forms, like there's logic, like if user answers this, then go to step 7 instead of going into step 6, or you have a, split. Yeah. So if there's logic in it, Typeform or Jotform, I think, would be a better solution. And then sending that data over to your API. If you know how to code, then you can just code it yourself, or maybe Zapier, Integromat might help you out. Thanks for your answer. Someone else bought me coffee. Thank you. Can I see your name? Pablo, you rock. Thank you so much. Put this here. There we go. Cool. No worries, Nelson. Keep doing research. Someone was me. Forgot to fill it out. Oh, 23G Creative. Thank you so much for the coffee. Yes. I'm glad everyone who's donated, I'm glad you felt that this is valuable for your time. And to everyone else who hasn't donated, There's no obligation to. I'm giving this knowledge for free because I care about you all. I want you to take this knowledge, figure stuff out, and then send that knowledge further. Send it to other people. Send it to other children, teenagers, whatever. Because as you notice, the world has gone remote. You know? So it's this crazy experiment. What if everyone had to work from home? You know? So there's so many businesses that are closing. There's so many businesses that have to figure out how to sell their food, their goods, their services online. And because everything is online, there's a huge need for web developers, web designers, people in tech to help out the people who don't understand tech. So this knowledge that you're getting, send it forward so more people can help more people. All right? Whoops. All right. Any other questions? We got 7 more minutes. Let's keep this going. My mistake. Maybe you took it down. See the experts question on lists. Let me see if I can get to the questions list. If I'm, I gotta go to my Google Drive real quick. Answered questions. Oof, a flurry of questions. Unanswered questions. Okay, 3 of them. Sweet. Do you offer one-on-one Webflow training? I do not, because I don't have the time. Due to quarantine, there's no more daycare, and so I have to take care of my family, and then I have side projects, and then I have a YouTube channel, and I need family time. I need mental time, mental health time, meaning just do nothing. And yeah, so, but you can go to No Code Mentors. What is that? No Code Mentors. What's the website again? Yeah, nocodementors.com. That's the new service. And also, Graphic Owls, aka Noah. He's a Webflow community moderator. Really cool guy. Great designer. myflowmate.com. All right. And if you're trying to start your own Webflow focused service, do not use the word Webflow, but you can use Flow. So that's why it's my Flowmate. Okay. Fonchy Fox, can we use Amplitude JS with Webflow? What is Amplitude? Design your web audio player the way you want. I'm interested. All right, let's look at this together. Featured in CSS Tricks and the GitHub blog. Okay. Okay. They have astronauts, so I'm interested. Okay, build a fully customizable web audio player. Okay. Okay. If your web server can serve an MP3, you can use Amplitude on it. Can Webflow Assets Manager, what files can you upload into Webflow? Okay, so you can't upload MP3s. That's what I thought. I just need to double check. So MP3 is not on this list. So if you can host a Webflow, if you can host an MP3 on a different server, then you can probably use this in Webflow. Here, get started. Let's see here. Overview, installation. That seems simple. You just pull this into Webflow. Replace version number with the exact version. What are the versions? Okay, CR releases. The fact that I have to do this is like... so do I have to put this number inside? Wait. So I do a V5... how do I... oh. Okay, well anyways. So you do that. Wait. Initialization. Okay, so you gotta put some JavaScript stuff in. Or JSON. Okay. And that's it? Config JSON is heavily configured. Okay. You might be able to do this in Webflow. Can you imagine? So with Webflow dynamic embeds, you can replace this with whatever's coming from your Webflow collection. So you would have a collection item for name, artist name, album could be oh no, so yeah, okay. Yeah, album could be a single reference for, yes, could be a single reference. This could be a single reference too. And this is just name. This URL could be a plain text field. This could be an image field. Next stream? You guys want to do this next stream? You want to figure this out? I'm interested. That would be really cool. To have your own Spotify-ish kind of thing. Yeah, let's do it next stream. Yeah? Ooh. Interesting. Any other questions? Where's my unanswered questions? There we go. Oh, okay. A lot of people saying yes. Yes, please. Fonchi Fox says yes twice. Ranjan, Matthew. Okay. Next stream, Amplitude. We're making our own web player or web audio player. Let's make our own Spotify. Do this. DM me on Twitter. Oh no, I can't play copyrighted music. No, that would be bad. So I'm gonna have to find things like Beethoven or something. Things that are free. Yeah. The alphabet, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Mary Had a Little, like nursery rhymes I think are free, right? So we'll do our own kids music music player. You know, it'd be funny if we can recreate Winamp. If you're familiar with Winamp, we can recreate Winamp inside of Webflow using Amplitude. That'd be funny. I think that'd be a stretch, but yeah. So update from HG. Next question. Okay, this will be the last question from HG. I made the div container interaction size, height, and width 0 on the high. HG, DM me, and I'll see if I have time tonight. I'll see if I have time tonight to answer your question. I need your preview link, because I'm not sure what you're talking about. Yeah. Cool. Let's see here. Let me turn on this. Turn on... Where'd you go? There you go. With random song. This one? Cool. Oh my god. I'm trying to fade in music. There we go. Cool. All right. Thank you all so much. Oh, everyone who... Matthew! Thank you, Matthew, for the coffee. You rock. Anyone else? Did I miss anyone else from the coffee? Refresh. I've got to keep this man energized during the pandemic. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you, Matthew. Yes, I'm energized just for all you who actually spend time, take 2 hours out of your day to spend time with me. I don't expect many people to show up, but when people do, I'm like, wow, okay. Because I'm just a nerd. I'm a geek who just loves to build things. And the fact that I can build something visually and don't have to worry about much code is beautiful. And so I'm very humble. I'm very grateful for this life. And what I'm trying to do is, if I can package up this type of life into something physical and give it to everyone who would listen, that's what I'm trying to do. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you everyone for the coffee. Thank you everyone who asked questions. And let's do it again. Let's stream next week. Make our own web audio player inside of Webflow with low code. Saturday at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. I will see you then. But thank you all so much. And as always, make the web beautiful together. See ya.